Oh my god. These allergies are just murdering me. Ugh, okay. I figured out, I think, I think what I need. Ugh, excuse me. Oh my god. In supplies to make this scent shit work and be controlled by C++. I think. Oh my god. Ugh. I need an Arduino so that I can get C++ from my computer straight to it so that I can control its signal. Boom. Because unless I do some crazy shit, there's no way for me to plug shit into my computer and then get access to what's going on. There's no way. So maybe there's some other alternative to Arduino, but it seems like Arduino is the strat. It's already C++. Boom. We do C++ from the Arduino. Take the Arduino's ground and signal and plug it into a a relay. That way, for the circuit, if the atomizer spits back some shit that is too high power or something that's gonna fuck up the Arduino for some reason, the Arduino won't receive it. It'll be the relay. So it's Arduino into relay, but it's also wall power. I'm gonna have to take a USB-C cable, cut that shit, and get the power cable. I guess it's the red one. So it'll be power, wall power plus Arduino signal plus Arduino ground into relay, and then relay signal power whatever the fuck into the atomizer. That way, the Arduino can control with C++. I can control the Arduino with C++, which will control whether, excuse me, the relay lets power into the atomizer to turn it on or does not. So it controls whether it receives that. Basically, is there a guy cranking and holding the gate open, or is he not? The power can be wanting to get in through the gate, but it only gets in if we power the relay and let it through. So that's the strat. I need an Arduino. I need the atomizer. Arduino's like 20, 30, 25 bucks maybe, 20 bucks hopefully. It'll probably be 10, 15 bucks for the atomizer plus the relay. And then I shouldn't have to solder shit. Well, maybe I do actually. Or solder shit. I don't know. I don't know how the bread box or whatever the fuck the breadboard works. It looks like you take cables. Oh, I bet you. Well, that's the thing. The Arduino has little boxes that I can put pins in, and then they just sit in there, and then they connect. But the circuit board, it feels like I'm gonna have to lock something in there for it to stay connected. So it feels like I have to solder it. So if I have to solder it too, I need a $10 soldering thing. So it's like max 40 bucks worth of shit, and then some plus some understanding and some time, and then I will be able to go into Unreal. Or first, I'll be able to go into whatever the fuck controls the Arduino and run code, execute it live, and then maybe pivot that to be, well, yeah. And then I guess eventually run that from Unreal. I don't know if I have to run the Arduino shit from Unreal or if I can just use command line for that. But the point is that I should just be able to just run like an executable or something and affect that live from Unreal. So I need to figure that out too, because I don't want to get it working and then it's like, oh hey, by the way, you can only control this from the Arduino software, and by the way, you can't control that from somewhere else. It seems like with low-level programming stuff like C++, there shouldn't be any limits like that, but we'll see. Also, I'm not running every day anymore. I'm gonna run here and there because it turns out the fingers are fine. It's just body functionality over time. I don't know. So I'm gonna keep running, but just not every day. Especially like today, I didn't get any programming in really. I mean, I got some, but just not nearly what I should have gotten. Bro, what is this image? All right, whatever. I'll take it. All right. So let's get it. Let's get some programming in and then go to fuck to bed. Whole 22-minute session. Cool. So exit does not clean up locals. Yes. So I'm thinking there's standard at exit, and maybe is that one that we can include? Oh, there is. Okay. It is. I would think it would have like an argument to do. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it would do. Would it not whole at exit and then maybe I pass it like I don't know. I don't know what I would pass it if anything. We'll find out. It is. So, wow, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that you would have to pass. Fuck. I should have said that out loud. Damn it. I was thinking that I could pass it a function that way. At exit, it runs a function and then terminates. So we could pass it a cleanup function and then boom. But I was like, well, functions are just function calls, which are just expressions which get evaluated to a value which gets passed in. I don't want to pass in a value. I want to pass in something to do. Well, fuck. Turns out you can point to a function. I don't know how that works. Like whether a function is stored in memory or whether it's just a point, like a location in the program itself, in the binary to be run. I don't know how that works exactly. Well, really at all. It's just basically saying, hey, these are the set of instructions. We're pointing to a function to execute, not the return value of a function, not the evaluated result of a function, but the function for you to execute. Which hopefully doesn't declare any new locals or anything, because them bitches ain't gonna end. Well, actually, if you declared new locals, the function would end, and then those would be destroyed anyway, so it'd be okay. But a cleanup function to find all the shit that has been allocated and deallocate it if you didn't do it responsibly where it should have been. Or maybe there are some things that you only want to clean up at the very end, like deloading all the textures when you close the game. You want the shit to be loaded until you close the game. Not when you go to the main menu, because if you go to the main menu and then come back to the game, you gotta load it all in again, and assets these days are expensive. Uh, like power wise or time wise to load. All right. So you might want to do some manual shit. Yep. Cleaning up. Modern shit generally does that. That it doesn't do itself. Okay. Yeah. To avoid memory leaks. Yeah, makes sense. Well, yeah. Cleaning up in general, not even just on end. True. Yeah. So you'd want to, like, if there's stuff you haven't cleaned up yet, you're like, oh, we'll just leave it to the end of the program for the compiler to maybe, or not compiler, but the the operating system to optimize. Bro, what if the operating system is different? What if it's like Linux or something else that's more maybe bootstrappy or not as, I don't know, it's not like Mac or something where maybe it optimizes more shit. I don't know, or maybe cleans it more. I don't know. Seems like if it's more like jerry rigged, maybe it doesn't already have all those cleanup and stuff built in. Or maybe it does. Maybe it's a prerequisite to have an operating system, but I feel like probably not. Ugh. Fuck. KO. Impact the way like memory profiles. Oh yeah, so thinking that, oh yeah, I added this new zombie mechanic and man, it's using a lot of memory, but in reality it's just shit from before that I didn't clean up before implementing the zombie. So the shit from before is getting tacked on to the new zombie functionality. And now it looks like the zombies are more expensive than they actually are. So there's some things that might be automatic that we don't have to. Oh. And if you know that there's some shit that you're, if you know like oh yeah, I have to leave a couple trash bags outside. I gotta leave 3 because they automatically get cleaned up. Well, if I leave 4 or 5 and I don't know exactly how many I need to leave outside, well then maybe I'm like, oh okay, 4 or 5 is fine. But in reality, it's only 3 that's fine. So cleaning up shit reduces how much it actually is, because maybe it's the case that not all the shit I expect to be cleaned up actually gets cleaned up. Maybe it's only 2 out of 3 things that I think are automatically going to be optimized out or cleaned up. Maybe only 2 out of 3 are cleaned up. That last one doesn't get cleaned up. So it's my responsibility to make sure that I'm cleaning things up as much as possible, just so we have extra memory and we aren't using memory when we shouldn't. Or I guess just leaking. Right? I don't know what the flush to the file means. If I write data to a file, does that mean like there's a temporary version of the file or like a written version of the file, but it hasn't been fully saved? Is that what we're thinking? It hasn't been flushed to it. So it's like making changes in Git before actually making the commit and locking it in. Or maybe it's you're committing but you haven't pushed to main yet. Or maybe it's just there's changes and you haven't committed. Either way could work. Sounds like the former makes more sense actually. Excuse me, you just haven't committed because all your shit's in red. Boom, it's ready. You've made the changes. You just haven't locked them in. Oh, so if you instead close the file when you don't mean to, like if the program closes and the file doesn't close properly or at the right time, and the file crashes instead of is purposefully terminated, maybe the file's writing slash caching slash whatever procedures aren't enacted. Maybe the fire hose isn't put up properly. Now there are some knots in the thing, and maybe next time you take it out, the file is wonk, just like the hose is wonk. Okay. All right, I'm locking it in at work tomorrow. I need to get enough sleep. I'm not trying to fuck myself over. I'm gonna upload this really quick, but I brushed my teeth, so I'm ready to go to bed. Let's get her going. Okay. All right. On tomorrow, I'm gonna do a lot of shit, be productive, and then upload a whole bunch of shit tomorrow for sure.